we need our own police out there caning people for not obeying.
Oh, they get shot.
Like New York. Or
Stop resisting.
You know, you stop resisting. Just blowing people's heads off at Times Square because they wanted a fucking falafel or something. Yeah, this is crazy. It's blowing my mind every morning when I wake up, where it's like, holy shit, like the richest country in the history of the world, and we're all on lockdown for the most part right now.
I have a very difficult time keeping my finger on the pulse of the reality of it. Like, I literally know no one personally who has corona. Zippo, right? The closest I can come to is Tom Hanks. So in some ways, it feels like much ado about nothing. In other ways, this is the most polar opposite of nothing that I've ever experienced in my lifetime, right? This apparently is this big super deal. My Facebook feed, fucking whacked, right? Like people all over the map. Let me read what one of my friends wrote today to you. This will take me...
I think a lot of that will change this week.
If any of this bullshit were true, and I mean any of it, as I said before, grocery stores would be like morgues. The stores would be desperately trying to replace lost staffed and. But of course, they're all fine, capitalization, quadruple exclamation points. They're all fine because they're poster children for good health? Hardly. Are you thinking yet before it's a crime? Did you notice that every time you leave the house, everyone and everything is fine? Can you tell the difference between news and a movie? You know what they say about being bamboozled and humble pie, right? In all caps, there is no virus. There are no viruses. Health is an inside job forever and always. He believes that...
This is an actual crazy
absolute retard. That is mind-blowing. This guy, actually, this guy's kind of cool because he doesn't even say it's just the flu. He goes, there is no virus.
There are no viruses.
There is no virus. And I have friends who work in hospitals, you know, nurses,
and they'll tell you there
PAs,
are no
doctors.
viruses.
They're all in on the scam. That
They're
is
all in on the
healthcare.
fucking scam.
Also, birds aren't real, I'm told.
No, and they certainly don't fuck.
Are you aware of this? Apparently birds aren't real either.
They're battery powered, and that's why they stand on telephone lines to recharge.
Yeah. If you look, you'll find no ancient depictions of birds.
This is actually a fact. The Egyptians with bird gods, not true.
No.
Those are modern creations.
The ancient Sumerians with bird gods, not real.
Much like geology, they just planted old things on archaeological sites.
All right. Well,
some guy sneaking in there with a triceratops horn, let it out, to throw it in a pit, and then pretend to dust it off the next morning. The least lucrative scam to ever have been committed. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Dr. Steve. But we're still not paying you more than $48,000. Fuck. I will tell you though, if you are friends with any nurses or people in the healthcare profession, they will tell you this is not a nothing. Like, it's getting real quickly, very quickly. It's
also
going to get bad.
Space not a real thing, I'm told.
I've heard a lot of good people, a lot of smart people talking about it. Think of how much money we're going to save on Space Force. It's not even real.
Have you ever looked up? It's just sky.
I went outside a minute ago. The sky is clearer than it normally is. It's a crescent moon tonight, but I could still see the whole thing.
Yeah, it's because of lack of pollution ever since we shut down industry.
I think Atlanta is less polluted than it normally is. I really do.
Sure.
I think the sky is clearer
sure.
tonight.
I know that.
Yeah, because they had the aerials of China.
That's where I was going. Yeah. They also had a big contrast.
The most stars I've ever seen was out there at the Ox Ranch. I think that's the farthest I've ever been from
Low
anything
humidity.
brighter than a fucking yard light.
Yeah, the low humidity. I've told this before, but one of the earliest times I fell in love, I was on this whitewater rafting trip in the Grand Canyon, like down the, I think it's the Colorado River.
I thought you were going to say the one when you were with me. Well, the first time you fell in love was 3 years ago?
And it was Kyle.
Jackie, no?
No, I was,
On a different trip.
I think I was 15-ish or something, but we spent the night looking at the stars. There must have been, without exaggerating, 30 or 50 shooting stars that night. We kept seeing them. And you could see every star. You could see like nebula. Like that's what the cloudy things are, I think. Maybe. Anyway, it was an amazing thing. And I think that what do they call it? Is it not nebula? Am I crazy?
I think what you're seeing when you see that is you're
nebula.
looking at the Milky Way. It's a spinning disk, and you're looking into it. You're actually seeing like the depth of it. I don't know if you can see nebula with your naked eye, but hey,
well, I don't know. But I
Neil
could see
Neil
things.
deGrasse Tyson.
I saw things that
science.
I've never seen on the East Coast before, and I'm told that it's the low humidity that lets you see. Oh, and of course the complete lack of light pollution.
Light pollution. 20 times the
I
fucking
am due
pin
for a
that kicked him in
rewatch
the
of that
face.
movie, and this is the perfect time to do it.
Are
Yeah,
you
man.
working the same hours as before, Taylor? Like, how has your professional situation changed?
So, like, if I'm being honest, I was going into the quarantine being like, hell yeah, I'm going to have so many little gaps throughout the day to get things done and whatnot. I've been way busier at home, like just sitting here working and being on calls and sending emails, drafting things. Like,
Yeah.
I've been much, much busier than I thought. And so a lot of the time it's like, I usually come in here at like 8 a.m. or so, and I get going. By late morning, I always have a call or two I have to do. Early afternoon, sometimes mid-afternoon. Like, but other than that, like I'm just sitting here working, and that's kind of sucked. Where I was like, oh, this isn't what I imagined. But at the same time, if it gets to be like 3 in the afternoon, and I can sense a little gap, like I've sent out what I need to send out to people, and I'm kind of, how business is. You're awaiting responses so much of the time. It's like I'm just going to work out now. I'm just going to go bring my phone. I can respond to anything, but I'm going to go in my basement and lift, and that's been nice. Like being able to control the workout schedule a little more. I've been working out pretty much every day at this point. Like ever since the lockdown started, I'm trying to really take advantage of that. Not obviously, still no excuse for it. But last week, with all the stress with my brother and family and stuff, I definitely engaged in some overeating a bit, not a bit, a lot. And so I need to undo that. It's just, that's the real thing is I'm both surprised by how much work I'm actually having to do and happy with like the little bits of moving around. Like I open the door, my dogs are coming in, they're being all nice and sweet, and it's fun to be around them all the time. So I'm liking that. They are totally house trained now. I can leave them around for they're only like 10 months old for Richard's knowledge.
Okay.
Totally the little dogs,
They're these terrible little wastes of
tiny,
space.
You fucking, I hope you get coronavirus, asshole.
They're fucking ugly. They're weird looking. Like,
I could show private texts from us that say that you
They
think
look like
they're cute.
I mean, I was just being nice because your brother wasn't doing well.
This is months ago.
Before that.
You monster. You absolute monster.
I mean,
You're
they
right.
already got hit by a car. Like, what?
Yeah, Kyle and I were being nice because those dogs clearly are retarded.
They,
And say, oh,
least-
how sweet.
they're a
Terrible
little dumb.
decision you've made.
Yeah, no, they're.
What's the?
I
only know the mainstream dog breeds. What is it again?
It's a mix of a poodle and a cavalier, and so like they don't shed. Like what I've said before, when I was looking for dogs,
I
wanted
prefer the
something.
poodle Ford Focus mix.
It's
It's compact, economical,
Doesn't
and lovely.
shed. Yeah.
This is a poodle Chevy Spark kind of mix. Yeah, yeah, I just wanted something with a poodle so that I wouldn't have to deal with shedding
Hmm.
because that's fucking annoying and hypoallergenic. I don't have an allergy to dogs, but I don't
People do though.
know anybody. Yeah, people do, so it's to be courteous. So yeah, I really like having them to hang around. It keeps, and like my girlfriend's out at work still, like she has an essential job, and so like I'm spending most of the day here by myself. It's too early. It feels like a vacation still almost, where like I'm waking up and it's like, for example, yesterday or the day before, I had a call I had to be on at like 7:45 in the morning, and so I woke up at 7:42, and then just trudged in here in my underwear, sat down, flipped up my laptop, got my Zoom meeting working. It was just like, man, this is tits. This is great. But
All of you
that's gonna
guys
wear off.
attending this meeting in jeans. What are you trying to prove?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And
That's
some of
one
these
the
meetings,
best things.
there are so many people in them. Like I was on one the other day, and it had 18 people on a Zoom
Hot
meeting, or
kids.
something insane like that. And I just kind of was like, I can just kind of mute myself and sit.
You need a
Dude,
cardboard cutout
so-
of you.
So,
No, it's not video. It's only audio.
I think Taylor's
Taylor,
frozen again.
I want to share this with you
Yes.
because I used it for a decade. Cisco did like teleconferences because it's global since I
Uh-huh.
started there. And if they ever catch you not paying attention, say, sorry, I didn't hear you. I was on mute. Now, the thing is, mute doesn't stop you from hearing things, but it worked for 10 years in a row. No one catches it.
A consistent winning record. Woody's Gamer
A
Tag.
decade of, I didn't hear you. I was on mute. And they'll repeat it, and everyone thinks that makes sense. Use it.
I've seen so many people doing these meetings, and they stand up and forget, and they're either like naked, or they accidentally take it with them to the bathroom and start pissing. If it's like I saw a girl sit down on the toilet, and everybody's just like, and then she goes, ah! And she like shuts it, and they're like, oh, poor April, and all the dudes are like, she pissed.
Oh, dumb whore. No, see, I literally did that earlier this week. Where I mean, it was like an 8:15.
the P thing or the mute thing?
Well, it's a combination. I didn't show myself naked because I haven't been on any video calls. They've all they've all been just audio only, and so it was maybe 8:15 in the morning, and I had to take my morning dump, and so I just muted it, grabbed my laptop, walked into the bathroom, and just took a steamy shit for as long as I wanted. Well, it didn't take that long, you know. I'd rather be in here than sitting on the toilet, but it was nice being like, man, I'm hearing people talk. I'm even talking back to them, and I'm sitting here taking a foul shit, you know, unmuting in between bursts into the toilet. You know, so, no, I
That's
actually
a
don't think that's gonna
dangerous
work.
game we're playing.
Yeah, I mean, we retail for much lower than that with your product at CVS. I don't think Walgreens will be pleased. No, they absolutely
no.
shouldn't run a BOGO right now. I mean, demand is high enough as is. Just
What's a BOGO?
Buy one, get one.
buy one, get one.
Makes sense.
Or a TPR, a temporary price reduction.
We're
Those are
doing
the little
buy
coupons
bag,
you get.
give a
Yeah.
bag right now.
How's that
So
work?
when people buy a bag of coffee, we're donating a bag to hospitals, first responders right now.
That's nice.
Yeah, so they can save people with a very high heart rate.
Well, these people work pulling really long shifts and everything.
Oh,
And
I know. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. It's very good of your organization. So
Did you? Yeah.
I want to know. I know we're at 4, but how each of us? How long do you have in toilet paper before it runs out? Woody, I know you're probably set till September.
Something. It is
Just
really
toilet paper, or can we include paper towels? 'Cause
I've got a fuck ton of paper towels. If we're including paper towels, I'm good for a year.
I have
Not
like
really.
a year of toilet paper, really. Like I asked Jackie, do we have enough? Like, is there enough? And she's like, yeah, it's in the upstairs closet. And I'm like, all right, like which upstairs closet? Like they manage all that stuff. I don't put toilet paper in the bathrooms. It just gets there, right? And
la di da.
so
Ooh.
and I look in the upstairs closet and I pictured like a bundle of it, you know, the ones you couldn't even hug. No, the closet has 2 doors. I open it up. It's all over. We didn't hoard it, if that's what you guys are thinking. What we actually did is just kind of overestimate the Amazon subscription. And it's just, we just live in a state of like a year's worth of it. We need to cancel a month or 2, which I think she
You're
I
did.
saw the video of you at the dollar store. All right. I know
Assaulting
what's
that
up.
poor woman.
No,
Yeah.
we're in the same position with the wet wipes. We have
That's what I was
this
gonna say.
Ooh.
like closet
It's a good
type
place to
thing
be.
in the master bath, and like I saw it. I don't know,
Shit.
dozens and dozens of those 150 roll packs of wet wipes. Like we have too much.
Yeah, I don't have a whole
You're
lot
good.
left. I probably got like 8 rolls, and then it's toilet. Then I'm gonna have to find a source.
Yeah, then it's paper towels.
Is
for your
it
butt.
still like hard to find? Like
Yeah.
I go through like maybe a couple rolls a month if that, because I use wet wipes and stuff. So
I mean, like if you go to a grocery store The canned food's there, the frozen food's there, the spices, the fucking, whatever they have, it's there. You walk into the paper aisle and it is barren. There is no
Slash
toilet paper.
and burn America. Those rainforests are just sitting there.
Jackie's,
Okay.
They're mocking us.
I'm hearing that Jackie's biggest struggle is chicken. That's that it's hard to get.
Really?
Roast. Yeah.
I haven't had too much. I mean, I've got so much meat in my freezer and now downstairs that like I don't really need chicken. But
Elk meat?
Yeah.
Does it make you aggressive, Taylor?
No, what are you, crazy, Joe?
I'm more on Joe's side than I am Bill Burr's on that because I don't.
What? It does not make you more aggressive to eat elk meat.
How much elk meat have you had?
Enough to know I'm not getting more aggressive from
I
it.
don't believe you. I don't think you've had any elk meat.
I've had
elk.
bison, and it had
I've
no
had elk
impact
steaks
on
from
me.
one
Does that
of my
work?
friends shot.
I don't believe you.
You don't have to. I'll find an elk steak, eat it on camera.
I had
and
an
we'll
elk
see if I
steak
can get
with
more
you.
aggressive.
The day
Yeah,
you two
we did.
fought?
At the fucking restaurant with the way too crowded walls and decor. I remember that was a point of contention that we both had where it was like, it is too busy in here. Can we settle
What
it
are
down?
you trying to prove? They had more animals on the wall than they knew what to do with. It was
Do you
absurd.
need 20 deer on the wall? We get it. That's what we're eating. We get it. How about
That
you don't have
crocodile was
fucking
terribly
deer heads
overpriced.
encroaching on our sitting space?
like
You don't
this
need to
place in
mount a deer
Colorado.
3 feet above the ground.
Everything they had there, somebody had murdered the week before.
Yeah. Oh, what's this?
Oh,
Is this
wow, that's the toilet paper.
That was me at Target the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I was just getting some forks, but
You know what I've bought? I've got like
Damn.
5 packs of 120 each napkins that I've picked up when I've like stopped at the store and there's
Outside
no
the
toilet
box
paper.
thinking. I see.
Outside the box thinking. Yep.
So I'll tell you, I ended up going to, because now I'm having to be a normal adult and cook and do things like that. So I was like, I guess better go get some plates and stuff like that. So I went to Bed Bath and Beyond, and they had everything that every other place was out of. They had toilet paper, they had medicine, they had all that stuff. Yeah, Bed Bath and
Yeah,
Beyond.
they sold medicine
Office
at Bed Bath
Depot.
and Beyond.
Office Depot has toilet paper.
Same
by
thing.
the way.
Yeah, Office Depot and Staples.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hit up your
Yeah.
Staples,
Paper products.
people.
Home Depot.
I'm gonna hit up
People.
my local Staples before this airs on Saturday.
All right.